Nightclubs are one of the best passive businesses in GTA Online, meaning that you don't have to actually do anything. After you've set it up, it will just run, make money for it, and all you have to do is export to get that money. So you can purchase it on Maze Bank Foreclosures, which is a site on your little phone that you bring up with the arrow keys or D-pad on console. And you go to the internet and then Maze Bank Foreclosures, then obviously Nightclub. The prices of a nightclub when they are not on sale is the cheapest one is 1.08 million, which is it's right at the bottom of the island near LA Los Santos Airport. That's what it is, the airport. And then the most expensive one is 1.7 million, which is the location of it is near the top, not the top of the map, the top of Los Santos, on the main street. It's almost just off one of those side streets up there. There are obviously upgrades. So all the different upgrades include dry ice, dancers for the nightclub, storage space for the nightclub passive business thing, garages to obviously store cars. There's up to I think 4 or 5. The nightclub name, which is a bit random, the light rig, and the nightclub style. Oh yeah, and all locations of nightclubs are in or around Los Santos, so you cannot buy one in Palito Bay or the desert. Anywhere in the desert, it has to be in Los Santos because that's where they are. So once you get your nightclub, you will have to set it up, obviously. Well, first of all, you have a massively long cutscene that you're not able to skip. So I don't know, go and get a snack or something, because it is very long and boring. But after that, you will have to set up the nightclub. But in other words, you will have to go drive around Los Santos in a big car. I believe the Patriot stretch. You'll have to drive around that and go pick different people up to basically work at your nightclub. You'll have a bartender, I think it is, a DJ, and then a bunch of other things. You're also able to buy DJs if you want, if you really care about the nightclub, because technically you do get money from how well the nightclub is doing, and you can do different things to promote your nightclub to make it earn more money. But overall, it's more of a waste of time. Because it's not really worth it. You get 50k in in-game day, which is 48 hours. So not 48 hours, 48 minutes. But I guess if you want to do it, if you want another way of getting money, do it. If you can't really be bothered, just don't, and you'll get $1,000 in-game day. So just collect it after a while. And then obviously there are also upgrades like the drug businesses. So you also have equipment, staff, and security again. Equipment is the most expensive at 1.425 million. Then staff is 475,000 and security is 695,000, which is, I believe, is quite expensive. We also have the business, which is the passive business, which is basically you are able to do things from other businesses essentially. So if you have a cocaine lockup somewhere around the map, you will be able to have a technician, which is the people who almost research and do it for you. That's why it's a passive business, because you don't have to do anything. They research it and make it, and then all you have to do is sell it. So depending on what businesses you have in GTA Online, so if you have every single drug business, you could theoretically get every single drug business. There's also special cargo for obviously special cargo. Now, I don't think there's vehicle cargo, but there might be. Also the aeroplane stuff, there might be that as well. But yeah, so you're only allowed between 1 and 5 technicians. When you buy your base nightclub, you will only have one, I believe. You'll only have one technician, with the option to hire up to 4 more. So obviously each different one costs more than the last, because you're basically growing and growing and growing. So once you've got 5, so there are more businesses than technicians, so you won't be able to work on everything at the same time. You'll just have to do some at the different stages. There's also things like the vehicle collections, where if you have a certain amount of a certain product, that you can sell them in different things to get more money for them, I guess. and then overall you won't. Overall, it'll say export all for a price of something or other, and then that will be that you. I think you take your employer called Tony, who basically shares the nightclub with you, will take 10% of that, and then it's also like drugs again, where if you sell it in a really high populated lobby, it can be a lot more. You can get a lot more money for what you are buying almost. So if you sell 600k with a people of 30 people, you can get like 1.2 mil, I think. So it's almost like double basically. There are 3 different vehicles for nightclubs. The first one will come normally. You can upgrade it as much or as little as you want, and you can buy 2 more on Warstock Cash and Carry, I believe it is. So if you want to do that, it costs I think like 100k, 400k for the most expensive one, and 100k for the cheaper one. But other than that, yeah, it's fine. The nightclub exports can be a range of things from just driving to a location, I think is the simplest one. Then you have driving to a location and then the police being there. So you'll get the police on you, they'll shoot you, and then you have to like escape them. And then you have to go to a different location, and that's it. A different one is you'll have to find the location on your phone. It'll be like a little beep, and then depending on what direction you're going in will depend on how close you are to it. And then once you get there, it'll just be there and it'll say done. Then there's a few others that I can't really remember, but there are definitely quite a few different export missions for the nightclub. Also, obviously, nightclub exports are done in public sessions, so if someone wants to come and blow you up and be a dickhead, they can be, which is kind of unfortunate, because say you got like 1.2 mil trying to sell on a double week, and then someone just blows you up, and then you just lost all of that, and you get nothing, and they don't even get anything. They're just a dickhead and deserve to die. Nightclubs are one of the best businesses to buy first, because if you buy the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack, which I've talked about in a different video, you get counterfeit cash for free. So then that would automatically be on your nightclub thing. So you can put the one technician you get on counterfeit cash, and then that'll be the first start of the passive business for you. And then you can obviously do a bunch of different things with it. It earns you money over time, like I said. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and peace.